Well, I have to say this is a very attractive Jaguar. It certainly has an appearance of quality, style and finesse. If I could say there was anything that immediately lets me down with this vehicle, it would be the fact that it's not a high-powered car by any standard. It's certainly not slow, but it's not fast, and it's not exhilarating, and it's not an exciting vehicle to drive. It's got a bit of a serious wobble to this car. It's built for luxury and not for enthusiastic driving. I wouldn't like to have to do a swerve in this vehicle at speed. I think it could be a bit of a problem handling it. Now, to go back to the more important things, I suppose, at the end of the day, the interior of the vehicle is very, very nice. There's some areas which are a bit fake and plasticky, but I think the rest of the car on the interior makes up for it. This leather little trim looks pretty cool. Center console is quite unusual, but it's certainly laid out very basic and elementary, which makes it nice. The instrument cluster, same thing. It's all visible, not obstructed by the steering wheel. The dials are easy to read. Maybe the speedo with the kilometers is a little bit congested. There's a few too many digits in between. But it's laid out to be stress-free driving. There's nothing complicated about it. Everything's there. It's all accessible. It's all easy. The rear view vision, there's not a lot of it actually, but if you had a couple of people in the back, I think you might be hard pressed to see what's going on behind them. The side mirrors are very wide, which is good. We want wide mirrors, we want as much vision as possible. It will certainly move if you put your foot down, but it won't by any means thrust you into the back of your chair. Got 5-speed on this. You know, I don't think it'd hurt to have a 6th gear on this car. I do like to see the 6th gears on small little hatchbacks for the motorway, but I don't think it would hurt to see one on this car at all. The brakes on this car are not bad at all, I have to say. I do feel the calipers working in perfect synchronization. They're not by any means the best. Do a 0 to 60 test. 3, 2, 1, go. And surprisingly, this is a front wheel drive. That's 60 now, so it's by no means a road rocket. It's certainly a car that I'm not getting excited about, but at the same time I do like, because it looks a nice package. It's a nice car to drive, it's comfortable, it corners nicely, but there's a lot of things about this that go against it. It is a front wheel drive. Why would you want a front wheel drive Jaguar? The engine's undersized in my opinion, and this car just seems to lack any sort of sign of aggression at all. I mean, let's not forget, at the end of the day, this car is a Jaguar, so why doesn't it get your adrenaline going when you drive it? Sure, you can cruise down the motorway 70 miles an hour and there's no problem, but it'd be nice to have that little bit of power there when the time comes that you've got to overtake a lorry. It just isn't here with this vehicle. It's a bit of a lightweight, but if I have to polish off this review in any way, I would have to say the car's very attractive. It's a good drive, it's a very nice drive. Too much of a wobble though. I would like to see firmer shocks on this for sure. It's an attractive vehicle, it's well put together. There's nothing on here really that's sort of feels a bit cheesy and tacky. Maybe this silver part of the console feels a bit like a Nissan, but the rest is nice. Good leather seats. It's certainly got a quality feel about it. It's just, if anything is lacking in this car, if it diminishes in any way, it would have to be the performance. But in terms of drivability, this is a very comfortable, very, very pleasant car to drive. I think it's probably the best words. I think anybody thinking about buying one of these second hand would be pretty much delighted with the vehicle. But if you are an enthusiastic driver and you want something that, you know, makes you feel 21 again, then this is certainly not the car for you. I think if anything, this car is more likely to make you feel like you're 60. So, I leave it in your hands. Personally, I don't like the car, but I'm just trying to tell you the way it is. I believe in saying a spade is a spade. This car is boring. That's probably the best way I can summarize. It's a boring car, but it's a boring nice car. You decide.